The uncertainty isn't just economic. Frankly, it's geopolitical. And across Asia and the Middle East, gold has surged to center stage, not as a speculative play, but as a lifeline. Picture a ship caught in a swirling storm, waves crashing, visibility near zero, instruments flickering with uncertainty. That ship is the global economy. And the storm? It's the escalating tension between the United States and China. Trade, technology, and trust are all being tossed about. In this chaos, investors aren't looking for profit, they're looking for a compass. And increasingly, that compass is gold. The U.S.-China trade relationship is one of the most important in the world. Nearly $700 billion in total trade just in 2024 alone. But it's no longer stable. It's become a game of tit-for-tat tariffs, export controls, and strategic brinkmanship. 1 week, negotiations resume. The next, restrictions tighten. The uncertainty isn't just economic. Frankly, it's geopolitical. China holds a powerful card, rare earth elements. These minerals are essential to America's defense systems, semiconductors, electric vehicles, and renewable energy. And China controls the lion's share of global supply. That leverage creates a constant push and pull in the markets. Risk on optimism, like now when talks go well. Risk off panic when tensions flare. Investors are left guessing, and the future remains clouded. And in that fog, gold has surged to center stage, not as a speculative play, but as a lifeline, as a lifeboat. Japan's largest gold retailer recently suspended sales of small bullion bars for at least a month. Why? Well, guess what? In the physical-only world, there's a finite amount, and they couldn't meet the frenzied demand. Families, retirees, and everyday citizens were lining up to buy physical gold as prices soared to record highs. In Turkey, where gold carries deep cultural significance, families planning weddings continue buying despite galloping prices. It's not just tradition. Frankly, it's protection. In China, withdrawals from the Shanghai Gold Exchange, which is a key indicator of wholesale demand, crept above the one-year average in September as bullion approached 4,000 an ounce. And that's not noise, that's a signal. And in a structural shift in the metals markets, backwardation in both silver and gold is telling the world that the physical metal today is worth more than a promise in the future. Physical. Because what do we know? We know if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And across Asia and the Middle East, retail investors are chasing gold's time-honored safety and value. Faith in fiat currencies is fraying. Central banks are accumulating. Exchange-traded funds are swelling, and then not to control the visible price. And the rally is being fueled by expectations that the U.S. Federal Reserve will cut interest rates further. Woohoo! More of this, isn't that great? But what that does is it weakens the dollar, and it really, frankly, amplifies gold's appeal because that creates inflation. This isn't just a hedge anymore. It's a global flight to safety. Gold has become the asset of last resort, the only true asset of last resort. And not just for institutions, but for families, communities, and sovereign nations. You need to become your own sovereign nation and build that sound money strategy. It's the one thing people trust when everything else feels, a little manipulated, inflated, or vulnerable to digital control? Physical in your possession, is not. And that's the key. In a world of programmable money, central bank digital currencies, and financial surveillance, physical gold is unprogrammable, untrackable, and undeniably real as it's used in every single sector of the global economy. So what do we do with this knowledge? Well, at Zang Enterprises, we don't just observe these trends, we act on them. Our sound money strategy is built on layers of resilience. Gold and silver are the foundation, yes, but frankly, they're just the beginning. We help individuals build sovereignty through tangible assets because you need to create surety in food, water, energy, security, barterability, which for me is primarily silver, wealth preservation, which for me is primarily gold. And you have to protect yourself from this creeping consolidation of financial control because it's here, make no mistake about it. And when the storm intensifies, and it will, I can guarantee that, those who've built their layered resilience won't just survive, they'll lead. Gold is the compass, but layered sovereignty is the map. Let's chart a course together. Before that next wave hits, take advantage of what's happening in those manipulated spot markets. And call us today and get your sound money strategy in place. But don't forget to build that local community so you can create surety in all of the areas that you need to sustain a reasonable standard of living. And globally, let's do that too. Let's create that global community that demands redeemable gold back in the monetary system again. Let's take our power back. We can do this if we come together in global community, because there are far more of us than there are of them. And this can be a peaceful revolution. All you got to do is convert this garbage into sound money that cannot be inflated away. Why do you think the central banks are buying more gold than they ever have since we began tracking? Because they know what they're doing to the monetary system. Doesn't it make sense to do what the smartest guys in the room do for themselves? And you're the smartest guy too. Give us a call, get it in place. It is not time to hesitate. It's time to get it in place. And until next we meet, please be safe out there. Bye-bye.